2, 1.
And welcome back to the Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast, episode 291. Hello, Bruno.
Hi, Nick.
Can I'm gonna start the podcast. Um
Okay.
uh can we get a non-moment of silence, because that will just get edited out through the automatic detection
Uh-huh.
I run. We have lost so many greats in the past week. I don't know if
We
you're
we
aware.
have. I know I've seen a couple, but I don't
We
know
have
that I know all of
lost
them.
Tom Scott, 10-year YouTube veteran.
Yeah.
Um Great content. I didn't watch all of his content
No.
all the time. However, the content I did watch at the times I did watch it were always top notch in quality. And he's
Yeah.
like 2014 starting to sound like it shouldn't be the end, like OG YouTuber. Like, it sounds late to be an OG YouTuber, but at this point he fits in the OG group more than he does the
Yeah.
or like mid era group.
Yes. Absolutely.
So it's a devastating loss to the original YouTube community that put out just all solid content. Um,
Back in the golden era.
yes. And then we got Matt Pat leaving film or all theories, all channels,
Mm-hmm.
which
I wasn't a big partaker in that, but I understand it was huge.
the stuff I didn't watch all of his stuff, but if it was something either I could be interested in or I was interested in, it was always solid. He always got
Oh,
a lot of
sure.
hate for being cringe, but I always thought it was just his own personality, and I very much
Yeah.
like his breakdown of the film stuff. A lot of his game things were fun. If it was a game, like, did I like all the Five Nights at Freddy ones? No. Remember when Five Nights at Freddy's first came out and it
Yeah,
wasn't
dude.
like
It was
cringe?
crazy.
When it wasn't cringe to be in it, it was good. Undertale theories, like all the Zelda theories, all the Mario theories, like there were so many good videos he put out over the years that even if they weren't like they were all solid. I think he like very much had a solid product he put out. Um, he's gone. Um, Lesser so, Meat Cannon. I don't know if you saw, but he's stepping away from making content for a while.
Meat Canyon, really.
Yeah, some sort of
Swifties
break.
get to him.
I don't know. He did like an in-face video,
Hmm.
which he does very rarely. I'm
Yeah.
pulling.
Do you want a happy note?
Oh, how many of those?
Um, N&B Gaming, which was like a golden era channel that had kind of a Soviet Womble vibe, like a large group of people that somebody recorded and edited stuff.
Okay.
Um, he just dropped a new video the other day after like 6 years.
Really?
Yeah. That was
Well,
a channel that he never kept with it, I think,
mm-hmm.
but I think it would have popped off with the stuff he was doing.
Gotcha.
I think it's pretty small still. I think it was a Reddit find for me.
So, you know, I'm out here. I'm out here just trying to. I'm not devastated because they're gone. I'm devastated because I think in the history of a lot of things, like, oh man, good TV shows end, and that sucks. But like, you always can almost kind of count on like new TV shows to come on later, and then they'll replace those ones. Like,
I don't know if we're getting these YouTubers back.
no, that's what I mean. Like, I don't. We'll get new YouTubers, yes, and they'll be fine, yes. But like, there's something about these older ones that can just keep doing YouTube the way that it felt good to do, versus like the ones that have to grind these like.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like how I couldn't imagine trying to become like big on YouTube being an NL. Like, I don't see how if he had to start from scratch today, how he would become big. Not that I don't like him, but like,
His growth has been forever tiny.
yeah,
He has clawed and scratched for every bit of his million subscribers.
yeah. That's just like, I find it. I think we're losing some great YouTubers that are gonna be near. I don't know, very hard to replace in the sense that we want it. I think it's gonna
Yeah,
be very lackluster content filling up the voids they've
for
created.
sure. Yeah.
And it only makes me sad because again, like TV shows, I mean Game of Thrones was big, but then, we've had good TV shows after that. Anime, some seasons are bad, but then you get a Demon Slayer come out. I haven't watched it, but I'll tell you, like I'm sure the animation's good and all that, blah blah blah, whatever. Um,
Yeah.
for every
It's probably
for every
overhyped,
like
and you're probably right about your thoughts. Just gonna put it out there.
um,
But it is good.
people, yes, for every people wanting a new like shonen show, like a Black Clover will come out, and like
Yeah.
you'll get replacement. One Piece will end one day, and I think people will be upset about it.
Yeah,
But
then
then
we'll
again,
get Two
also
Piece and the reboot
like
that's already happening.
I feel I feel like that show probably has a big enough world you could build like a fucking shit ton of spin-offs even if you wanted to. Not spin-offs, but like it's probably a really fun world you can do a lot more in
Oh,
than
yeah. Like literally pick any character and they could make a show about it, probably.
yeah.
Or at least like a 12 episode thing, no problem. Literally pick any character.
Yes. Um
And there's literal oceans full of them.
so just the YouTube thing. Like I mean, we all know the bar to entry I think is just so fucking high.
To
And
get to be good, yeah.
to be good enough that you can make it your thing without having to sell out in the way that like you can just tell newer YouTubers have to sell out. And I'm not blaming them. It's obviously a part of
Yeah.
the grind now, but like it's a mix of the thumbnails mixed with the like always having to fight for like the content. I mean, look at Twitch with the Armageddon that happened a week ago and all the like
Yeah.
you have to play the
And
meta.
like and you have to clickbait even though people hate clickbaiting, but clickbaiting is how to get you on the map. So you
Oh,
have
it
to
does.
you have to do the shitty thing to get both YouTube and people to watch.
The amount of fucking thumbnails I'm looking at on my YouTube right now that are all the same of like cut out a person's head with making an expression like
Yeah, and I don't think that people want that to be how it works, but that's just like
it just works.
they
It
could
it
pull stats out of nowhere that show how much that means and how much it
yeah.
works.
So that's my it was a dev again. I could have watched them more. I'm not trying to stand here being like I was the biggest fan of them. I'm sad
No,
that
but
the
it's
ideas of them are gone.
they're some of the greats, I would
Yep.
call it. You know?
So rip to them. Hopefully some people will one day step it up.
Yeah.
Um, can I get a can I before I know you have a thing to talk about. I know you
What
have.
thing could I ever possibly have to talk about,
Can
Nick?
I get a consultation, Bruno, real
Sure.
quick?
So,
Um, so it snowed whatever last week, and
yeah.
um, I shoveled a lot.
Yeah.
I do have a snowblower.
Okay.
I did not ask for the snowblower. I never like inquired that I needed the snowblower, but my
Yeah.
father-in-law gave me a snowblower that I am now stuck with. A pretty
Okay.
beefy one.
Okay.
Like
Tires or
like
tracks?
tires.
Okay.
Okay, not I'm not okay.
It, I,
Not you beefy.
it puts me in
Like
a ballpark. It's a question. That's it.
okay, like so
If
the
you would
one
have said
tire's fine.
tracks, then I know, like, hey, holy shit. Okay.
No, like it's not like $100 one. If I'd buy it new, it'd probably be like $400 to $500. Like
Yeah.
it's in that range.
Mhm.
It's all gas, like all metal, like
Mhm.
the
Great.
push assist. Like
Single stage or dual?
I don't know what does that
Okay.
mean.
Single stage, the throwing of the snow. It's how many stages? Usually, good snowblowers are two stage, so they collect snow with one stage, and then they throw it with another.
Oh, I
So I
I got
think
one.
the
I
way
got
you're
one.
talking, it's two stage. That's good.
What do you mean? Oh, it has the little spinny things and it has the chute, and I have to pull down the handle for the things to spin.
Yep, that sounds like two stage to me.
Okay,
That's fine.
but
That's good.
I also got like push assist.
Great.
Yeah, the one tire's fucking flat,
Okay. Is it
and
a pneumatic tire? Like, do you fill it with air?
it is filled with air.
Okay.
I was this close of just like not. Again, I already did. It's a big ass fucking thing in my garage that I don't think I was ever gonna have to use because I didn't think it was gonna snow ever again.
Okay.
Um, I was like this close to just being like, how much Fix-A-Flat do I have to pour in this thing to never have to worry about this again?
Fix a flat becomes someone's problem down the line.
Yes, but I was like, what if it's all just solid foam? Um,
Oh god. Okay, that's a that's okay. Okay.
however, so let me. I have the size of tire, which is like not apparently a very easy common fucking tire. Like I
Right.
get put a bunch of
Okay.
fucking random websites. Um so it's a 48 or 4.8 dash 8 fucking no fucking sorry, wrong chat, delete message. Did it on my phone, so I wasn't in podcast text. Um sending it here. It's a 4.8 dash 8 tire.
Yep.
Am
Okay.
It's a car. I can find that exact tire places that are like pretty expensive. Um, however, I'm not trying to like again. I this is gonna use like twice a year, if not
Mm-hmm.
like over 5 years. I might get to use it 2 times in 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Am I killing myself if I buy one tire with different tread, but say the right size, and have two different style tread tires on my snowblower? I'm only going to use like twice, and I don't have like that much to plow. I just have like I just like my sidewalk, and I'll probably do my elderly neighbor's sidewalk, and like the driveway, and maybe a little bit of the road right on front, so the plows don't
Mm.
put a huge ass pile.
Uh-huh. Um,
I don't care if the chains. If I have to not use the chains, I really don't fucking care.
if you're throwing chains on it, I don't think it means a damn. The
I
biggest
don't know. I
thing that it might change is like what are the actual dimensions of the tire tread? Are you going to have a 1 inch taller tire on the one side? Probably not. I'm leaning towards it doesn't fucking matter.
I mean, I can always buy another one if it does, but like at least to start, I don't want to fucking. I'm not trying to drop $80 on tires when the other one's fine.
Um, the other interesting thing is how are you changing the tire?
I don't know. I think I just rip it off the rim and put the new one on. Do I not?
You do. Um, that can be deceivingly tough.
It can be.
Is the problem?
They're not huge tires, so I was hoping it would be a lot. Like the smaller the tire, I think it's slightly easier than like a monster
Uh-uh.
truck tire.
Uh-uh. It's
Okay, whatever.
backwards. Usually they're harder, to be honest with you.
Gotcha.
Um, but I don't. Maybe they're easy. Um, it's an adventure. Uh,
All I know is I pull the little pin. I take it. The only
yeah,
thing that's holding it on the fucking thing is a pin.
yeah.
Pull it off. I try to throw it on the rim, and you know, does it look like I'm buying the right tire? Like, I mean, does it look like I'm like I feel like I'm buying?
That's a snowblower tire. Yeah,
Okay,
that's fine. Yeah, like it's just, and I know you don't have spoons to do this with. Um, it just might be a pain in the ass.
whatever.
I don't know how hard it's gonna be, to be honest with you. Do you got any big screwdrivers? Like big screwdrivers?
I have leveraging equipment of.
Okay.
I have different objects of various lengths of
Okay.
various like that I can use to leverage.
You got some hammers, maybe
I
larger
got
than a
hammers. I
ball
got some
peen
angle
hammer.
iron still I can like use to pry with like
All right.
flat angle iron.
Yeah.
Iron.
I'm. I got you. I knew where you were going. I think. You know, it's definitely some like I would try to do it myself. Yeah. Um,
Buying it.
the thing that's gonna bust your balls is breaking the bead on it if it's not. Well, you said it's flat, not like off the bead. So you got to break the bead, and then the other thing, like, there's 3 steps of this process that are gonna suck. Getting that tire off, breaking the bead is gonna be your hard part. Putting the other tire on, getting the second layer of it on is gonna really bust your balls. And then getting the new bead set is gonna bust your balls. Do you have a ratchet strap?
Think so.
If it's a real pain in the ass to set the bead, like try to put air in it and it doesn't seat right,
Hmm.
you can wrap a ratchet strap around the tire, like the tire tread,
Yeah.
and ratchet it, and sometimes that helps with these smaller tires like that.
Okay.
That's a tip that you find out going through hell with small tires.
Gotcha.
You
All
know,
right.
it's yeah, beat it off the bead with as big a hammer as you got. Don't try not to hit the rim, and finagle that one off, put a new one on.
Yep. I mean, it's just time and effort.
It shouldn't be an issue, especially if you're throwing chains back on it. Not a problem.
They're shitty chains, but
I
yeah.
don't think that's gonna be like. I don't think the size of tire is gonna be that crazy. Not like with a car with a 4-wheel drive system, you know. The
You're
worst
supposed
it's
to get
gonna do is it's gonna want to turn one direction all the time.
it was right now.
Exactly. So it'll probably be better. It won't be as bad.
Yeah. Um. No, I want it. No, ship to me. Ship to me. Why is it trying to not ship to me? But yeah, oh, page not found. Uh-oh. God, I hate commerce sites that aren't fucking Amazon. I really do. I'm really sorry. Like why how can you make a website so shitty? Free shipping arrives by yeah, I want that one. How do bro, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
My mind's gone already, Nick. So
How's so the snow happened.
the snow happened,
Uh-huh.
then the rain happened. I lost electric for 8 hours last night.
Yeah.
That was fun.
No more story with that?
Oh, there's
I think
plenty more story. Are you
I
ready?
was waiting for the
Okay.
more story.
All right. So, to continue on from last week, uh, my water heater shit the bed. Okay. I had a tank water heater, and it went bleh and just died. Okay. So I ripped it out because it was leaking. It was bad. It was not good. I ripped it out. So this is what I had. Okay. I have propane heated water. It was a tank. I took it out. There's a vent. There's a supply, a drain, a gas line, and electric. You can probably see most of that stuff there.
Oh, you use the bendy straws.
I didn't put the last one in. So,
What do you mean
I
you
didn't
didn't put the last one in?
I did not put the last one in.
Why didn't you put the last one in?
Cuz it was like 8 years ago and I was way too busy at the time, I think. And it was under warranty from 8 more years ago.
I know. I just know people. I know people like think they hate them, but then a lot of plumbers just say they're not that bad. So I
Water
know it's pretty
heaters?
like. No, the bendy straws.
Oh, fuck if I know, man. I didn't buy them. I didn't use them. It's not me.
I follow this water heater guy on YouTube.
Also,
And he does.
the abomination that this is, it goes CPVC to a shutoff to a brass push connector to PEX to copper. It's great. Fantastic. So, anyways, I ripped it out. It was dead. And then I called the guys that put the last one in. I was like, hey, can you come put a water heater in? Come talk to me. Me and my dad wanted to do a tankless water heater because they don't have a tank. They don't die as quick. They are more efficient. They're just better. Okay? So great. He first told us a number that he wasn't correct, but it was like $7,000. Okay.
Damn.
Also known as fucking crazy. Then he came back with another number, which was $4,400.
More reasonable.
Still fucking crazy. So me and my dad said, okay, we're doing it. So I put in a hot water heater yesterday.
By we're doing it, was that you doing it?
Yeah. I mean, he offers as much help, mostly verbal, as he can.
I know. It was just like we're gonna do. We'll
Oh
do
yeah,
it,
no, yeah,
son.
yeah.
And he's like looking at you, being like, "Yeah, okay,
Yeah. So, I got to this point, right? Water heater up on the wall,
CVPC?
CPVC running down, convert it.
Do straight packs.
None of my house is PEX.
You can still do it in the middle. I thought that's what people did.
I mean, I guess we could have, but also I know CPVC and can do it easy, and I don't have to convert it to PEX somehow with some bullshit $20 fitting that probably exists just to convert it back to threads. So, CPVC running down, put new lines in, cut them all, made them real nice and pretty, put hangers on the wall, yada yada yada. There's a thread connector to go from CPVC straight in. Great. Came with these nice pretty valves. It's a Japanese product. They do really good shit apparently.
Apparently.
They gave me really nice valves with flush out ports and everything that are... Those valves probably would have cost like $150, but it was included.
Gotcha.
Supposedly, this is a really good brand of tankless water heaters. It's a Rinnai RU199 IP. IP means propane. RU don't really understand. There's some fancier versions that have like circulators and stuff. That's an electric cord to start everything in for controlling. What's up?
I thought they weren't electric. I literally looked this up earlier because I was curious if they were electric for you. But I thought they weren't electric.
It's like it's not electric, but it is.
Okay.
It doesn't heat
need
water
it, but it
via
can use-
electric, but it needs electric to control itself.
Oh, really? Because I thought there are some that are just pure, straight, no electric.
Really? Didn't know
Yes.
that. This one
Like,
is electric fancy contraption bullshit.
Do
And for like the blower motor of the exhaust. We're talking this thing's like 97% efficient on propane burn to heating water. It's a ridiculous efficiency rating.
I think there are electricity.
So this photo was taken at 6:15. 2 hours later, my power went out. So I still had a vent line, the chimney to put in, the vent, and the gas to hook up. So
Oh, some of them have batteries that do like minimal operation while you have no power. Sorry.
gotcha. Okay, that's fair. So all hell broke loose at 8 o'clock. This picture was at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Um, like if the electric would have went out 5 minutes earlier, I would have been up on the ladder in pitch black, with the ladder right up against the wall. That I almost fell getting off the ladder in the light. Um, so yeah, that was great time. But it's all dandy because in the end, it's up. It's done. Couldn't
Good.
figure out if it worked last night because I didn't have electric. But you know what? It's up. It's all there. Remounted the electric box. I got a bendy hose that apparently is very hard to find for the gas line. Hooked the gas line up. It's all done.
Do you like CVPC?
It's fine. I have never used PEX. PEX is probably easier.
No, it's
It's
the whole I.
it's a hell of a lot easier than copper.
Yeah, it's just you just bend instead of having to like actually think about angles and sizes.
For what? PEX?
Pecs.
Yeah. I mean, they still have 90s and stuff for sharp corners, but
Um. Well,
it's very
so
pliable.
I saw Pecs.
CPVC isn't bad. It's still somewhat bendy. Like, it's not rigid. Um,
So I've heard these things are getting more popular with Pecs with 90s. It's
those, like, crimp connectors. Oh, what is that? Okay.
So people are. I think some people made some good products, and they were like, the less connections you have to make with PEX, the better it'll be in the long run. So now 90s, I think they even recommend are pretty good with these because um
Sure.
it's better to bend the pipe a little bit than it is to put two different failing points on a corner.
Yeah.
So I think these are getting to be a lot more like here's a picture of an example of one. Like
Sure.
if you do straight 90 or if you do straight bends everywhere and the only two like points of
Yeah.
pecs that like are
Connections are the downfall of all plumbing, basically.
yeah. But if you have a bended pipe everywhere and the only two like ends of a pipe are at the beginning of the end, the only places you have to worry about a leak are like beginning or end where it should be two easily
Yeah.
accessible places.
Yeah.
So I think not that I think this is probably easy, but like if PEX, if you're not even doing all the dumb connectors and 90s everywhere, and you
Yeah.
just have to worry about like mounting these like bendy boys, I'm pretty sure it's probably a lot easier.
Sure. Absolutely.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I think this is like what's becoming more popular.
Yeah. The whole rest of the house is CPVC, so I have no issues with CPVC.
Got a lot of copper.
I hate copper. God, I
I
hate
don't.
copper.
No one
And
will
the
touch
problem
it.
is the only copper I ever work with is the worst copper, which is like copper going into mixing valves, which you have to heat the mixing valves to god awful hot to get anything to solder.
I finding a copper plumber near me is A, expensive, and B, really hard. The people that want to still do it.
Yeah.
Every company that we have to come out to do plumbing are just like, no, we're not resoldering any copper. We're just gonna replace with different. And I'm like, okay, it's whatever.
So, to give you real numbers, because they are real,
You can now.
I got quoted $4,352 to put one of these up.
Hmm.
And it was a different brand of hot water heater. And I think this is the better brand out of them. So 43.52. I totaled up my receipts. It cost me $1,547.
Pretty good.
I'll do the math for you. I saved $2,805.
It's good.
It's pretty damn good, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you saved it, but I think you had the $2,800 worth of knowledge.
Yeah. No, I understand. None of it was that hard though.
None of it's that hard, but like for a lot of people, the plumbing would have been
Yeah.
not.
The only thing that I was worried about was the gas line. Like that was my concern.
Isn't it just screw?
Um I had to fiddle with a few fittings. I had to
Okay.
screw it in, I had to put a nipple in, I had to put an adapter kind of thing in, and it was a
Okay. I
little.
thought it was just the right size. I thought it would be the right size and
I had to touch the left a little bit.
okay.
I came off of a T with a nipple because I needed male fitting, and I moved the T a little bit because I had to, but I just tightened it, so it's fine.
Gotcha.
But
Um.
it's a lot of pipe dope and a little bit of soapy water, and I felt good about it. It's fine.
It's exciting. Tankless is cool.
Yeah, I mean it works. I don't notice a difference in time at all.
I this is apparently this is I think I think I said this last week. I don't think you get better than tankless gas. I think that's like the best
Yeah,
in
I think
terms
it's
of
pretty damn good.
heating water for home use. I think it's
Yeah.
literally considered the best.
Yeah. And
So
this is a 199, so it's like 200,000 BTU, also known as a shit ton.
yep.
Um I think this unit in ideal conditions is supposed to be able to flow 11 gallons a minute of water, which is insane.
Yeah. I think yeah.
This
I think you
and
mean
the 180,000 BTU unit were the same price, and this one got here quicker.
trust me. I I didn't go to a tank water heater because I didn't love unlimited water. I just did it because I hated hearing my furnace having to kick on every time and burn a fucking shit ton of diesel to do it.
Yeah. So
Been
I think I got away with this cheaper than it would have cost me to get a plumber to put a new tank in. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I think you did good. I again um
The power
I
going
think
out was not fun. Let me tell you.
no.
And I wasn't done. That was the problem.
Why don't throw on the generator?
The generator needs some work.
I mean the generator needs some work.
I didn't get back to it yet. The governor's like fucked. I don't know what's I don't know.
Seems like one of those things you'd probably know about.
I'm not great with engines.
You don't know a guy?
No, I don't. I need a
You,
guy.
you don't know an engine
I'm
guy?
I'm in the market for a small engines guy.
How do you have so many different engined objects? You don't have an engine guy?
I don't have an engine. The last engine guy I took something to started it, said it was fixed, and sent me away, and it was very much broken still.
This is
And then I
disappointing.
bought a new carburetor for it and put it on myself.
This is disappointing.
I know. I don't have an engine guy.
Damn.
I just made the comment about having a guy for something earlier today. I don't remember what it was. Which guy was
Uh,
it?
I don't know. It wasn't a bread guy. That was the first thing that came to mind. But
Oh, it was a bucket guy. I got a bucket
bucket
guy.
guy. Eric,
He's
mine fucking Walmart. Go to fucking Lowe's or Home Depot. Those like buckets that they sell are great.
just get a pickle bucket from your bucket guy.
No one has a pickle guy
No, I got a bucket guy.
who makes pickles.
No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy like across the street that makes pickles.
No, not that guy.
Different pickle guy?
Different guy. It's just a. I think that it was happenstance that I got pickle buckets, but I got a bucket guy. He's a lot of my guys. Um, he's the guy that you know Penske, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Their headquarters is just down the street,
Yeah. Oh
right?
yeah.
He's the maintenance guy for Penske. Sorry,
Yeah.
he's the maintenance guy for the building that Penske's in,
Gotcha.
and their cafeteria gets pickle buckets. So when I want buckets, I talk to him, and I get gasketed buckets, which are really nice buckets.
Okay. You're out here rocking gasketed buckets.
Absolutely, they're fantastic.
Great.
You know how like the bucket
Yeah.
you have a lid
Yeah.
for it? This one's
Yeah.
got an O-ring in it so it actually
Yeah.
seals. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Wow. I have so many uses for gasketed buckets.
You don't ever put liquids in buckets that you want to keep?
What liquids are you? What liquids are you storing?
Hydraulic oil.
What hydraulics do I have in my life, Bruno? I'm over here like,
I don't know, man.
what?
I needed 15 gallons of hydraulic oil. I went to my hydraulic oil guy that worked somewhere that he just got me hydraulic oil and I didn't ask any more questions. But I needed buckets for him. So I got buckets that were gasketed. They were pickle buckets. They smelled like pickles.
15 gallons of fucking hydraulic oil. I could go my whole life. You give me 15 gallons of hydraulic oil, I have that my whole life, and I have no use for that ever in my life.
It was like $500 worth of hydraulic oil.
I'm sure it was, and I just like
That
water.
guy's my
Water.
cousin, actually.
Okay.
He's no longer my hydraulic oil guy, though.
Why? Because he was like stealing it off of like job sites, like just going on and bleeding some.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't. Like I said, I didn't ask questions. He said I could get it hydraulic oil.
Damn. Well, good job on your thing. That's
Thanks. It's great. I hated every second of it.
yeah.
Motherfucker was heavy. That picture makes it look small. Let me tell you.
It looks like it'd be like 2.5 feet tall.
Like more like 3 to 4.
Really? Doesn't feel like a yard.
Maybe not quite. Probably a yard though. Actually, I have these dimensions somewhere. Hold on. I wrote them down.
Yeah, I guess it's a single outlet up there. I don't know. Feels like 3 feet. You could get me at 3 feet. If you're gonna tell me that's more than 3 feet, I'm not telling you you're wrong, but it just feels so deceptive in that picture.
31.3 inches tall.
So 2.5 feet.
Yeah, something like that. So you're pretty right.
24 is 2.
36 is 3. It's just under 3 foot.
You okay?
I,
So like
I exaggerate. It's a fish, okay?
it's too. What
It's
is
heavy.
it dead? Is it survive? Was it survival of the fittest? That fish? Did it like live? Is it in the part of the 50%? Jesus Christ!
It's heavy, okay?
No, I get it.
I had to carry it down the fucking steps.
Oh my God! So my parents for Christmas got me a nice fake tree, a really nice fake Christmas tree.
I saw a reel about Christmas trees. It was some rich house, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They had a fake wall.
A room
that opened up that they slid the Christmas tree into. This Christmas tree was 12 feet tall.
That room was like larger than my bedroom.
I know. It was so big.
That's crazy. Anyways, so they got me this really nice fake tree. It's like actually, it's a good brand. It's like, it's a nice. It's. I think it's like the Rolls Royce of like fake trees.
Great. How big?
Maybe like 7 feet. I forget.
Okay, big tree. Got it.
Eh,
Not huge, but that's a full size tree.
Yeah, like a little bit bigger than like it's not. I'm not looking at the top of it. It's a little bit taller than me.
That puts me in the. I wanted to know if it was like a 4-footer or an 8-footer, and you're towards the 8-foot.
I'm only making up that it's a top brand, but like my parents have the same one, and it like feels really nice.
Yeah.
Like I think it's this Balsam Hill, which I think is like I
You
think
could have
Balsam
told
Hill is.
me anything and I wouldn't know. But
I'm pretty
I
sure it's
got you.
Balsam Hill, and I think they're considered like one of the topper brands.
Sounds like a good tree.
So it's in a box, and I'm not gonna unbox it. Uh, uh, it's in a box. I didn't want to unbox it. I don't have anywhere to put it. I do have places to put it, but I'm really set on like the attic being a perfect place to put shit I don't want to access more than once a year.
That sounds like a
That's what
great
attics
place to
are.
put that
Or
shit. Yeah.
it's once a year. If I want it once a year, it goes in the attic. It, now it was heavy, and my attic access is piss poor. It's my
Okay.
tall daddy ladder put up, and I have to like walk up to the side and then like leverage myself on my ledge to get up in there.
Ooh, yeah, not great.
No, and I knew Madeline was gonna have no true way to help me with this tree. So I did what any person would do and not tell her what I was doing, and like had to. I was like both hands lifting this box above my head as I'm like trying to climb up step by
Mm-hmm.
step of my ladder, and I'm just trying to shove it onto the lip of the like doorway. That way I can like push it in.
Yep.
Yeah, so I did that in the morning. Um, then it snowed, and I'll be honest with you, Bruno. I was out of my element. It's been a while since I've had to shovel.
Fair.
I forgot that when you shovel, it's not all through the lower back.
No. It's
It's not
everything.
all. It, I forgot when you're like shoveling, you don't let like leveraging yourself to the through the lower back isn't the option.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so
Dude,
tree in the
my back.
morning,
I'm feeling it in my back today because of fucking hunched over looking at pipes all night.
Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, really rough days for me. Like it
Yeah.
was just this.
I'm hoping this is a
Um,
1 day thing for me.
so I resident Canadian asked me how I was doing today, and I made the comment about like, oh man, I forgot how to shovel snow, and she was like, really, I only shovel with my lower back, which is why I'm crippled most of the winter. I was
Yep.
like, fair.
Sounds about right.
Um, so also why I want to, we're at least getting five as of right now, and the recording of this podcast. Next Tuesday, they're talking about another decent snowstorm where my house is projected to be in the 5-inch range.
Fucking, I lost power to rain, man. This is not good for me.
Um, whether it happens or not,
No,
there's
they're calling for an inch here. That's not bad.
they're only calling for an inch there.
Yeah,
Damn.
at least some in my weather thing.
Okay, they downgraded me to like 4 inches now. It seems like different. It's too early, but the models are showing that it could be a hitter again. So if I'm doing mine and my neighbors, I want this goddamn thing, this tire.
Start
Um,
wrestling with the tire.
yeah, I hope probably like Sunday because I won't get it in time for Saturday, and I got board game night. I get to go have fun being miserable at board game night.
Do you know what you're playing yet? Or is that an as it happens thing?
Oh, that's the worst part about board game night. Let me tell you what. You're surrounded by like 50 board games and a bunch of people, and everyone kind of has games everyone has a game they want to play. But no one wants to. You only get like 3 board games at board game night, which is once a month. So are you going to be the one that's selfish enough and say I want to play my game to the group of people that all want to play their game, but no one wants to say they want to play their game? So it's all about like who gets whittled down the first, or like what box is like on top, like.
So this sounds exactly like a problem we have, but just slightly different. It's
Yeah,
the do you want to play a game? What do you want to play?
yeah, it is.
Except it sounds like you guys have all the answers and don't want to be selfish, whereas we have none of the answers and no one wants to pick something.
Right.
or everyone hates what they pick?
I'm on a 2 or 3 year wait for mine. I want to ask for the game, and it's a real fun one, but it's like a doozy of one to ask for. So I
What
always
is
put
it?
it out there. It's Battlestar Galactica. Um,
Oh, I think I remember. I think we looked through this already, and it's a fucking doozy. You're right. I remember it now.
it's an involved game. It's one hard. I don't think I'll ever win it in my life. Like I think I could play it the rest of my life and never win the game.
Yeah.
Um, and that the game itself is hard. And then the
Is that a
like
cooperative one or is that a fight each other one?
it is it's a PvE, but then a PvP aspect.
Oh
So
boy.
you are on a ship and there's events going on and you play roles and
Yep.
you have to play cards to make it through events to make it through things. But then one to two of your fucking crewmates will they might not be at first, but eventually will be imposters based on how the game are. So
Mm-hmm.
eventually, the people you're trying to do this basically impossible game with are also trying to actively sabotage you.
Yep.
You
That
are
that
set
sounds
up.
like the way to win. You need to
You are
become one of the sabotagers.
you are set up to lose in that game.
Yeah. Sure
The
sounds
last
like
time
it.
I pl- the last time I played that game turned into an hour argument. It turned into an hour argument where I'm just sitting, me and this dude are just sitting there while we're being bamboozled by two other people, and it super fun game. Again, it's really challenging and fun, but it's just a doozy of one. So I'll probably end up playing. I'll probably play a quick game I've never played before. I won't know what I'm doing, and I'll just sit there nodding and acting like I know what to do, and I'll know how to play
Mm-hmm.
it 4 or 5 turns in. After I've already lost the game, I'll have understand why I've lost,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll try to kind of ruin people's day, and then the game will end, and I might not play it ever again in my life. To a game I might know how to play, because someone will suggest Inish, and I won Inish once. I don't really. It's a game where I very much don't. I know how to win. I know the win conditions. I know strategies to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to win the game.
Yeah.
It I almost won last. I I made the most power move of power moves ever last game. I would say it's the most strategic of strategic power moves I've ever made in a game. I still fucking lost. I had everything going for me to win, and it I somehow it somehow was ripped from my hands. So someone will probably say Inish because they all like Inish, and I'll probably play Inish. Then I might play Chaos of the Old World. It's a pretty fun game, but it's very dependent on your character. The last 2 times I've gotten the same character, which is pretty easy. I just have to kill people and win. But if I get a shitty character, they're really hard, and I'm just gonna sit there going how do I fuck up your day? So yeah,
Uh, in a loop back to my adventures in the dark. Okay.
yep,
I have a flashlight. It's a pretty
good
good
flashlight. Probably,
flashlight.
I'm pretty sure it probably does 50,000 lumens in your basement, and
1150. Okay.
okay,
This is my flashlight. I was so moved by how well my flashlight did that I bought another flashlight for myself because I wanted one.
same one.
So, no, same brand.
So you stepped it up
No, in
to a
fact, I did
baton.
not. By the way, for the people that can't read because you're not watching, it's an Olight S2R Baton 2. At this point, pretty old. They have newer versions. I love every bit. Like, okay, hold on. It's bright as shit. It has many different modes. It's got a two-way clip, so I could clip it onto a hat or onto something and my pocket. The back of it is magnetic and has like a MagSafe style charger. Ah, shit. Like it just kind of mag clips onto it with this little guy right here.
Yep.
Just thunk. Uh, love that flashlight. Lasts forever. Like ridiculous. So I was like, okay, I don't need any brighter. It's bright as shit. I rarely ever use the high turbo mode or whatever the fuck it is, anyways. So I stepped down, surprisingly enough, to a fancy little clip guy because I thought it would be very convenient to have. So I bought this. It'll be
Okay.
here tomorrow. Bake in the
Clip it on
dark
like your shirt.
for you can clip it on a shirt or like a pocket, or it's magnetic so you can stick it to things. It looks nice. It's USB-C rechargeable. Like it's just like a little simple guy. If I feel like riding a bike, I can make it flash red. Or if I feel like red light. You know, it just looks. I like the look of it. I bought it. I did a lot of work in the dark. I want another flashlight.
When's the last time you rode a manually operated bike, non-motorized?
It's been a long time.
I just curious.
That was. I think I said if I ever ride a bike in the dark. I think that was where that started.
Yeah. For all I knew, you like did nighttime riding, and I didn't know about it. But like,
No. You
someone
think I
riding
got
a
time
bike
for
down
that?
your, if you ever saw someone riding a bike down your street, I think you'd almost be like a little worried. You'd be like, oh,
I
yeah,
do. I do see people ride a bike on my street, and I am worried because they're gonna die.
okay.
Like my street is not a good street to ride a bike on. It is a
No,
terrible street to
there's
ride a
some
bike
dude
on.
I know that sits by his window every day and like freaks out when a shadow passes by. That's what I know about it.
Terrible street. Lots of blind corners. There's no shoulder. There isn't even a white line on the outside. Okay, it's a
And that,
bad road for it.
and the sniper.
You know, you gotta watch Scav Sniper. You gotta watch out for him.
Basically what you are. You're like the Chala of your own, or whatever boss like probably sits someplace. I don't know.
Were you here for the Tarkov raid with Demi earlier? Did you catch any of what happened in that raid?
When I got here, everyone was dead. So, like I was here, I walked away and I came back and everyone was dead.
Oh, bummer. It was a good. I should have recorded it. I didn't think about that. I killed two mans.
I ended up seeing the end. I saw after like they were dead. Demi's like, what the fuck?
Demi thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
Demi hasn't gamed with us enough to
I
know
know.
those. Every once in a while, those moments happen.
I'm gonna be honest. So I've been playing a lot of Tarkov Arena, right?
I told. What did I say at the beginning of
I know,
Tarkov Arena?
I know you did, and I don't think I denied it fully, but I was like, I don't know, man. Um, Going into Tarkov after playing Tarkov Arena, and also me just not giving a shit about gear. You have the confidence of the world in that game now.
Yeah, I yeah,
Like,
yeah.
two guys tried to kill me, and I was just like, nope, I'm gonna kill you back. And I did.
Yeah, I knew you would learn, you would understand mechanic. There's something to be said about you putting possibly like 60 hours in like just pure combat like training.
It's more than 60. I think I saw 60 a while ago already.
Okay,
I think it's like
80.
70 or 80 now.
Okay, I knew like Tarkov's like curve of like how hard it is going exponentially up. You can't give people a place to learn PvP
Like that's
and get rid of.
it's literally all it is. It's like, hey, are you not comfortable with PvP? Play Arena for God knows how many hours. You'll feel comfortable.
All you're learning, and especially with how it is now, where you have to learn how to meta kill, all you're practicing is the exact skills of how to kill someone you shouldn't be able to kill.
Yeah.
Whether it be shitty at like, oh, you need to start aiming here, you need to aim this, you need to do this. Like, all it is training people how to effectively kill. The game is going to be near impossible for cash.
Let me tell you, I smacked 4 Timmies in the head.
Yeah, yeah. So that's scary. I don't know if the Tarkov's for me anymore. I think it's past me.
No,
Nah, I think I'm gonna stick with Squad.
hey, it's fine. I really do enjoy Arena, and I think it can be a fun time if you want it to be. You ever get that itch?
I've been, I've been enjoying. I wish I could be Fiend Squad where I was a medic. I wish I could like being medic like he does.
He's always had that support side to him.
Yeah,
He
I'm
was our
the
Mercy in
I'm
Overwatch
like I'm like
when
the
that was a
light.
good
Yeah,
game.
I try to be the light anti tank guy. That means I have one shot, and once I've shot that one shot, I don't have to
You're
do anything until
useless.
yeah. But then I don't have to be asked to do anything because I'm like, man, guys, I took the light anti tank role. I get one lawn shot. Um, oh my god, yesterday's game, as a quick side tangent, team killed like 5 times, and I'm like screaming at everyone who keeps team killing me. I'm like, I'm like I I get team killed once. The dude's like, I'm sorry. So my medic comes and heals me. I get like immediately up. He heals me. I fucking get team killed again. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? He's like, I think you were just team killed. I'm like, he heals me. Like I think a dude threw a nade in our building and like was like, "Oh, bro, sorry." And I'm like, he's medic's like, "Dude, this guy needs to fucking just chill." Like it was bad. I got a lot of kills, but like I was getting team killed. Like it was bad. It was just bad.
That was me a couple days ago in Arena. It was like on a couple of the rounds where I wasn't getting team killed, I was pulling like 4Ks. Like 4 out of 5 kills are mine.
I,
Yeah, I think I got 12 kills a game, and all of them were 4Ks. One of the rounds I got team killed by the bottom of the leaderboard guy that had like 2 kills at the end of the game. I don't know. Team killing is it's rough, man. It's rough.
yeah. Um, Massive, humongous, game-changing F1 news.
Yeah,
Gunter Steiner gone.
Gunther's gone. Is that who that was? I
Gunther
feel
gone.
like I didn't read that. I like skimmed it earlier that you sent it.
Haas has decided to part way with Gunther due to I think like rough. I think Gene was like creative differences of like how to run a team. Like Gunther said, "I need
Okay,
money to like do stuff," and Gene was like, "Well, why don't we just do what we're doing but better?"
gotcha. That sounds like a
I don't
great
know if you
way
know how
forward.
Haas 100% operates.
I
So
don't.
Haas is over here, and Ferrari's over here. Haas buys as many parts as legally allowed from Ferrari.
Okay,
Haas then takes those parts they buy from Ferrari and gives them to this other company that starts with a D. I don't I want to say domicile, but it's not. It's something with a D.
okay.
This D company is the company that builds the car for Haas. Haas doesn't build their own car. A company builds their cars for them. And like
That sounds like the way to
three
do it.
I think 3 different locations are where like everything's like made and like assembled, and then finally it all gets put together in another place. Like it's a shitty. They're a bad team because of a lot of shitty decisions that save like pennies or not pennies. It saves probably money,
In the
but
grand
like
scheme of thing, pennies.
because like if they just did it, they would probably be better and have like better sponsors. Like if they would just do it right, you probably could like earn more money by just doing it right.
Yeah.
Um, But Gunther, I think, was like this. Like I'm doing. He's like, I think I've maximized what I can do with like our business model. And Gene was like, Gunther. He called him up like the whole Gunther moments on
Mm-hmm.
Drive to Survive, and he's like, you need more, and it's like, bud, I'm out here. I'm out here surviving. And he's like, win. It's like it's impossible. You're fired. But we
Nice.
lost. We lost a great. You want to know how 2023
Gunther Gunther was good.
Sorry.
Gunther was a good man.
You want to know how the 2023 Drive to Survive started? last
No,
year.
how?
When we watched Drive to Survive before the beginning of last season,
Yeah.
it was Gunther and Biento or Bienta, or however you say it, is
Benotto. Yeah.
Benotto. They were both like the starter people of last year's Drive to Survive. This year aren't even on, both gone.
Fuck. Terrible.
So, um, that's the
Unbelievable, some might say.
41 days, um, till the start of the season testing.
Getting there.
Um,
Almost.
almost. We're getting there. Close, but not yet. That
Hold.
I got an electric cam warmer.
Nice.
I
Branded
used it a few
or
times.
just no name?
What?
Is it a brand or is it just some Chinese
It
no
might be
name?
a brand. It's
It's not like a
Oka.
Zippo or something.
No, it's Okapoa.
Oh, that's okay.
Um, I found what it's really nice for was that when I was doing all my outside stuff this weekend, it wasn't
Yeah.
necessarily warming up my hand. It was just turning it on and throwing it in my pocket,
Yeah.
and then like just adding heat to my jacket.
Adds heat, and then if your hands do get cold, you get a nice toasty pocket to put them in.
Yep. So it was nice, just like regulate
That's
or just
nice.
keeping the heat generating.
Nice.
Um,
How long
in the
does it
jacket.
last? Does it last long enough?
Decent battery life. I only ever used the lowest setting, but
Okay.
it claims it'll run on the lowest setting for a while.
Fair. Nice.
Um,
I
so
wonder if Eric still uses his. Got him for Secret Santa.
I
I think he does.
for all I know, it's like heating the fish tank.
It could be.
I don't know what he's gonna need a heat source for the tropical fishes.
Crazy man.
Um,
I almost sent him a reel today. I got a Instagram reel of a puffer fish eating a crayfish.
yeah.
And I was like, should I send this to Eric and put him on the fish talk? But then I was like, no, that'd be a terrible idea. So I didn't send it to him.
You ever you ever hear something and then tell something someone and then someone else reaffirms what you tell someone to someone and you feel really good because the thing you thought was real, you always question if it was real, and
I
then
need
like someone
details,
reassure.
man. Like, what are we talking about here?
Oh man, I somehow got. I was talking to my one coworker about rabbits once because they mentioned about rabbits, and I'm like, oh yeah, you ever hear that like rabbits are supposed to like rabbits want to bond with something. I think they're supposed to be
Okay.
animals that like are socially like. I think they're not supposed to be like solo animals. I think you're like the properness
Gotcha.
is that
I'm following.
they
Yeah.
should have like a mate, and like you need them to bond because they
Playing
want to
arena out
bond.
there? Sorry.
Damn, without you,
Damn.
um, you only have like a couple more minutes.
I know.
Um,
It's fine. It's whatever.
but I think rabbits socially want to bond, and like you don't want them to bond with you as a person because like if you want to be able to leave them and it'd be okay, so you want to bond them with like another rabbit or someone that's always gonna be there with them,
You don't
like
want a COVID dog as a rabbit.
yes. So I was told the story like, oh man, there's different ways to try to bond rabbits. You can do it slowly, but if they don't bond, what you need to do is you need to get a bag. You need to throw both rabbits in the bag, put them on top of the drying machine or like a dryer, and fucking traumatize them into being best friends.
You got a trauma bond rabbits?
Apparently. So I was telling this person, and the one person was like,
That's a story
okay,
that'll freak somebody out.
yeah.
That's like
So then
that's like
later,
one of those stories you got to be careful who you tell.
but the person the person on the other side was like, well, yeah, okay. So it was like, I have these gerbils and I needed to bond them. And they said, like, if you can't get them to bond, then you need to, like, give them a bath together because, like, the bath will traumatize them. And then they'll, like, both have gone through this experience together and you'll dry them off and they'll feel, like, trauma bonded. And, like, apparently that's what you do with gerbils is you wash them, but you're not supposed to, like, wash rabbits. So, again, the method I was told from this guy was you put them in, like, a bag and put them on top of the dryer and you just set that thing to fucking go. What is that the appropriate thing? I don't know because you are trying to traumatize the animal. Is it for their betterment? apparently it is, so I don't know what to tell you, but it was like one of those things where you tell someone, and someone's like, "Oh yeah, that is a thing," and you're like, "Oh damn." I feel better that
Fair.
these facts I'm giving aren't necessarily. I will say I don't know if the bunny on the washing machine or on the dryer is the appropriate method, but the idea of putting them through a trauma is apparently a thing.
You mean a concentrated earthquake to a small animal? That sounds like a good way to do it.
Um, example. Trauma bonding bunny rabbits. Examples include sharing a carrier during a car ride or sitting together in a laundry basket on top of a running dryer. The nervous rabbits will huddle together for support, begin to trust one another. This one says basket, but someone told me bag because like they'll hop out. Like you don't want them to escape.
Fair. Well, if you put the basket upside down, then it's a
I guess that's
cage.
true.
Then it's a prison.
It is. So
Fair.
yeah, they call this stress bonding. They didn't. So they try to like soften it as like not trauma bonding, but stress bonding.
Okay. Well, I have a dude on my Instagram reels that does like funny military anecdotes and stories and stuff.
Hmm.
Trauma bonding comes up a lot. So that's where I know the term from.
Ah, apparently rabbits are like very territorial. Like they're very. Yeah, that's why you need a bond. Like you need them to bond because
Fair.
they'll like fight a lot. So
Seems checks out in my head.
does Eric has Eric trauma bonded us all?
Yes,
That's good.
probably.
Well, that's a good note to end on because that's all we have for this week's episode of Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast. Thanks for listening and goodbye.
See you later. Don't get trauma bonded.